Pat Mayo Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Underdog, the round one Masters recap. Round two picks towards the end. Hopefully, I remember to time code this if you're jumping in after the fact. Geoff's on the line, Cust is in studio, and Rory McIlroy, the defending champion, is in the lead of this tournament, tied with Sam Burns. Rory is just under 3-1 to win. Where is that sound coming from? There's just sound on in the studio now. Jared's phone is going off.
No, not my phone.
It's not your phone. It's just what do you have YouPorn open? What are you doing over there? You got some live Jasmine on the go? Either way, tied with Sam Burns right now. First off, do you give Sam Burns much of a chance to win this thing?
A puncher's chance at best, maybe a 5% chance.
What do you think, Geoff?
I mean, more than Tim would think, but he's like the Charlie Hoffman of major championships.
Who is Sam Burns?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Feel like we've been here before.
He was here. He was in the final group at the U.S. Open last year, but I don't actually recall him.
That's right. He was. He and Adams got together, shot 200.
Well, Burns was in it until they wouldn't let him take the unplayable lie in the water, and that was just the end of that.
And it was an unfair decision. Can I just say, thank goodness his network's finally doing some Masters coverage.
I know.
I'm glad we're actually doing a Masters show. Like, people are starved out there for content. So,
what was your big takeaway of the day, Geoff? I watched basically end-to-end coverage from the first shot through. Well, I guess my guy Harris English is still on the course right now. Not that you would know, because even on the dedicated feeds of 15 and 16 or Amen Corner, weren't even showing Harris English. They were just showing Marco Penge looking for a ball for 20 minutes at one point.
My takeaway from the day is probably like Rory. He usually starts these things slow. He started pretty freaking fast. Scotty up there, like thinking about maybe we'll get the great showdown. I feel pretty good about my bets. The course is going to play pretty hard, but I don't know, man. There are not many guys who can actually win this thing now that we're through a quarter pole.
Well, you almost have to be inside the top 10 right now.
And statistically, 7 of the last 10 Masters winners, I think, have been inside the top 10.
Yeah, and I think most of them are under par as well, which is everyone inside the top 10. So our bets are not looking as good as when everyone was live before the tournament, but Xander's in there, Tommy's in there, for me at least.
Reed for me, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Less feeling good.
Really?
Less feeling good.
I thought the undisputed number 1 and 2 players in the world were combined 10 over par today.
Not great. Not a great day from Rahm or Bryson. Oh, my goodness.
We have just watched 4 straight hours of the Masters together, Geoff. What percentage of that do you think Tim was talking about Bryson and how good he is?
Well, I don't know how much Bryson's been done for a while, and he didn't play great today, but I don't know. Tim can be rather exhausting. Painful day for those guys, and Rahm, like, really embarrassing.
I think Bryson's lucky to be at +4. He got some breaks, and he did 13 and 15, and hell, even 12. He made big par savers to keep him where he was, and he got the biggest luck sack bounce ever on 6, hitting the fan and bouncing
coming back. Yeah, like
what's the cut gonna be, Pat?
Well, the cut right now is +3, and I don't imagine it's going to play any easier tomorrow.
5 over par.
Yeah, I would guess 6, potentially verging on 7 would be my guess right now. The one good thing is for all of the guys that went out in the afternoon, be it Minwoo, Rahm, hell, even Bobby Mack. Bobby Mack's in with an 80. He's +8. If he just shoots 70 tomorrow, he probably makes the cut. Like, no one in this, like, to me, no one I feel like is dead right now that is at, if you're +8 or better, which is like 95% of the field, if you just shoot under par tomorrow, you probably make the cut.
I think that's right.
Data Golf would disagree with me as they have the cut set at +4, which it's almost at right now.
And I'm putting you on the spot, but you know what time you want to start the cut sweat?
Yeah, we're going to start at 4 Eastern tomorrow.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched more Bryson than most people today because I watched him on the range for a half hour on TV before the golf began.
He looked real good out there, didn't he?
It was bombs. He was trying to work on a draw. They were talking about the clubs that he had made by himself, and like that obviously didn't work out that well today. But yeah, he had some bad breaks. But like, as I said to Pat, This is what he did at Portrush last year. He was terrible on Thursday, and then he went nuts Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and finished like T12 or whatever. So
Yeah, it was uncompetitive in the tournament.
So like anyway,
He's not going to win this year.
agreed. He's not going to win.
Is bad run for Liv today. Sergio is your low Liv guy at even par.
Yeah, not good for them.
And if Vincenzi's watching, I hate to tell you that maybe South Africa 3 weeks ago wasn't the best ramp up to the Masters.
Yeah, it was not a good performance by and large by them. I don't know what else to say.
Dustin played okay.
They
Yeah,
can be
Dustin was
fluid
okay.
with that. They can do whatever they want, so they can alter that.
But last year they played Doral like 2 weeks before the
But can
Masters.
I ask-
That
but
made
would
more
you-
sense.
Hold on though. Would you not think Brahm and Bryson have a say in that?
Probably not as much
No.
as you think.
Not much. It was a bad day for them, but it's only one day. I wouldn't write them all off. Somebody can still make a run. Rory was 7 strokes back at one, or Rose, sorry, was 7 strokes back at one point last year and got into a playoff. So like nobody is dead if they find something hot. So
Who of the jabroni? I don't even want to call them, but like, who of the like longer shots do you believe could actually be hanging around to the end? Day or Kadiyama? Like any
Nick
of those
Taylor.
guys? Do you believe we're going to be still in this thing in 3 days?
To look at it, in my mind, with the way the conditions played in the afternoon. So I mean, it played way easier in the morning than it did in the afternoon. Like if you got through it like +1 or even par on the back 9 in the afternoon, like that was a really good round. I would expect those guys to play well tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Like if you're targeting like round 2 guys, I actually made a list of them.
so Woodland would be a great candidate. For
No,
that.
because Woodland was mainly just all putting. Was the
Yeah,
thing.
okay.
I would say
But even
Goddard.
putting hot. He hasn't missed a putt then in a few weeks.
That's what I'm saying, is that he maybe everything else can come along with it, but he was held together. It's sort of the opposite of Ludwig, who was, I think, 3rd in approach play and just could not chip. It was a pathetic performance. And it's not getting easier. It's only going to get faster as it goes along. So I do worry that if he's not hitting every green, he putted it from the back of 13, past the hole, off the green into Rays Creek
that
at one
was
point.
wild.
And then he almost chipped. He also almost chipped it in the water from behind 15 into the water.
That was also well. Although they were saying when Gary had the same pitch, it's like that's a real opportunity to put it wet on the other side of 15. If you're too
And
risky
you know
with
what?
that.
We watched 20 people have that chip. One guy went past the hole and almost went into the water.
Yeah.
And it was the guy who couldn't chip all day long. It was wild. Straka, I actually thought played really well tee to green in the afternoon. He finished, I think, at +2, +1, but he held it together. Harris English, God forbid he doesn't blow up on 18 here. He's like the only guy left on the course.
Rose was leaking coming in, but like Rose is still totally
Rose and Woodland were fabulous, even if they leaked a little coming in.
But when we flip it, and these guys who played in the morning that are at the top of the leaderboard, Rory, Burns, Day, Reed, Kitayama, Xander, and Lowry were all morning guys. Scheffler and Rose are the only two from the afternoon wave that got to -2 inside the top 6. That one of those guys is going to have a real bad round. But Day, to me, actually sticks out as someone that the harder this gets, the more advantageous it is for him. He just has such a track record at Augusta of chipping and putting well, which he continued to do today. Even in the past 3 years when he's been kind of crap at the Masters, the chipping and putting has been there the entire time. He thrives in this sort of situation. And I feel like where you can't hold the greens as much, I think it's a big play for Rory and Scotty because they can hit the ball high and stop it, where a lot of these other guys can't. But Day hits it a mile in the sky. He's still pretty long, but he's got the chipping and putting that I could see him lingering. I don't know if I'd rush out to bet him to win right now, but I think that he will be there on
What
Sunday.
about Koepka?
Played well.
He
Played
played
okay.
well. He's going to come out early tomorrow.
Looked nice on the back 9.
He can hit it as high as anybody if he wants. Like, okay, fair enough. You're not sold. I'm not sold either. I'm just asking.
It wouldn't be for
Aaron
me.
Rye.
Well, fun story about Aaron Rye.
Oh no.
What happened? Tim, what'd you do?
Jared, would you like to tell the people? No, you got it. So Davis Riley spins it into the water. And he's like, oh my God, Aaron Rye went into the water. Then it cuts to Davis Riley. He's like, did they? He's like, there he is. Like, I don't think that's Aaron Rye, man. Davis Riley's not that tanned. But and then for like the next hour, everyone who popped on the screen just was Aaron Rye. So that was awesome. Now you know what Aaron Rye looks like.
I do. I think I did know, but
Other than Bobby Mack, he was the whitest person on the golf course.
I don't know. Harry Hall had a case for that.
Well, he also has the hat that
I
sticks
love
out.
that hat.
Tim talked to me 2 hours today about Bryson making his own clubs, Jeff.
It's so cool.
Is it? What? Maybe if you used actual clubs, you wouldn't be +4 right now.
It started from like Wednesday, bringing out Kevin Hart and like winning the fans over. Like that's a great move.
Who okay.
People got excited for that.
Oh my god, a couple of chuds.
Like it was incredible how like
Don't be so cynical.
try to be lamer and try harder, Bryson.
The guy is the ultimate showman, and PGA is not used to having this type of showmanship.
I mean, he is right up your alley. Like, if you're super lame, you think Bryson is super cool.
I think he is super cool.
He's really not. I don't think. I want to ask the chat. Can we make that a thing in the chat? You can like Bryson. I understand that, but like to think Bryson's a cool guy, he seems like the biggest square on earth.
I think he's pretty cool.
But maybe I have the wrong impression of that, Jeff. Do you?
No, Bryson, like for all his talents, he's a freaking tryhard, and it's pretty obvious.
Thank you for putting that in there.
Jared did not know, as we were describing in the room, he didn't know about your previous feuds with Justin Rose. He didn't realize that Rose used to be on your list, Jeff.
No, Rose was just like he had an extra corny era.
Oh, you were vicious with him for like half
those
a decade.
like Bombas ads. You know,
Yes.
they were worth making fun of.
Making a point that people could always see the MasterCard logo on his collar, no matter which direction he was standing in, or.
Tim also said that you would try and backtrack this feud as soon as we brought it up.
No, actually, in fairness, Paul said that.
Oh, he did.
We watched it with Paul as well.
But I don't
that's
know. I'm not
exactly what
backtracking
happened.
it. I'm saying it was like
You're downplaying
there was
it.
a time where Justin Rose deserved some criticism for some try hard stuff.
I must say, I loved how Goddard played today. I thought Goddard played great, and he just
Couldn't
convert when he had opportunities.
Couldn't buy one.
And Bridgman, both those guys.
Yeah,
the leaders and the
Bridgman
debutant.
Bridgman felt a bit more smoke and mirrorsy, where Goddard just felt like he was all over it, and he was very comfortable chipping. Like he played I think it was on 10. He was beyond the bunker. He just played this like spinner into the hill, and it just kicked off the hill towards the hole. Like he didn't try to flop it over. He controlled it. He let it roll out.
Yep.
I thought it was very impressive the way that he got around in his first ever Masters. He just couldn't putt.
Because I have the inside info and I know the stats he told me, based on how people played today, I understand Rory and Scheffler are going to be your favorites, but I think, Jason Day looks like he's the most poised to win.
But he's also
If Day plays like this the next 4 rounds, he is going to be your winner.
well, here's the issue: is that he doesn't normally strike the ball this well.
No, but to win a major championship, you have to do almost everything better than you usually do.
And it would make sense because there used to be, Jeff, as you recall, because we've been doing the show for like 12 years now, the Justin Rose, Jason Day corollary. You remember this?
Yeah, let's Jason Day. Cam, when I first met Cam, he promised me Jason Day would win the Masters one day, and that was like 17 years ago. So,
And like Jason Day and Justin Rose used to show up at like the exact same tournaments and play well. Like we've never got the Rory Scotty showdown. I feel like we have a dozen Day Rose showdowns at different tournaments over the years. That it would be funny that everyone's like it was in on Rose this time. They have all these Rose futures, and then it's just Day who shows up and does it, and he's the old guy who ends up winning.
or even Scott, right? Scott was pretty, and Scott's had a great day. Got his day back.
Like everybody, he got wet on 15.
Yeah. Well, 15 played under par for the morning wave and then played over par for the afternoon
it was a
wave.
monster for the afternoon.
But some of those were, do you know who suffered the Andercust the worst today? You might think it was Pot Geeter by blading it on number 1 after Tim said he's a sneaky first round leader and he came dead last. Poor Fred Couples was on 15 at -2. Because I've been stressing about this Millionaire Maker lineup because it's pretty good right now. I'm in like 40th place. It's awesome. Tim looks at me, he's like, maybe you should have used Fred Couples. I bet you he was super cheap. Like he's going to have a really good day. 20 minutes later, he's 6 over par.
He took a 9.
I feel like I'm going to have a big sweat. One of my big sweats tomorrow is going to be Zach Johnson in the low senior.
Well, Zach Johnson, I feel like he didn't play the best of the
He was
seniors.
even par through like 12 holes and then went 3 over coming home. So
I think he's actually in really good shape here because most of the old dudes went out early, except for ZJ and Couples. And I thought
Olafable.
Olafable went up super early.
Olafable was out super early. So he's going to be he's going to be in the afternoon tomorrow. That ZJ, like, he looked like a real golfer out there.
Yes.
Where Olafable was like I think he gained over 5 strokes around the green. Like that's impossible.
Yeah.
I think he cheated also, but we don't have to.
Ooh.
get
Oh,
into
well,
that.
I didn't see this. Tell
What
me
did he
about
do,
this.
Jeffrey?
It looked like he improved his lie on a practice backswing. He knocked like some branches. Just
Yeah, like Zach is amongst like the leaders tee to green right now. He just lost a stroke and a half putting.
And the year he won the Masters was a super difficult year.
Different-
Not that he's going to win.
Different type of difficult. It was not burnt out like this. It was super wet. And it was
Yes.
super cold. And he laid up on all the par fives.
Probably would have been a good idea for most people today to lay up on 15 since so many people got wet.
No,
would
because
you not say the most difficult. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. In the last like year and a half, 2 years, the most difficult tournament they played was that Open Championship that Xander won.
Well, that or Oakmont.
yeah, Oakmont was pretty tough.
Because Oakmont had the rain in addition to an impossible course. But yes, you're right. The year that the Saturday of the year that Xander won, it was almost unplayable. Like guys weren't breaking 75. You're right, but that was one day.
And Scheffler shanked it on 17.
Yes.
So my week, if everything kind of goes as planned here, I actually didn't see what English finished at. So hopefully he just got him with par on 18 and didn't like triple bogey it or something like that. Don't want to put that out into the ether. But if he can go out early and post around, my week really comes down to Nikolai right now, Jeff. He's a shot off the cut because he's at plus
English
4.
made par.
English made par, so he's in it +1. That's good. He gets to go out early. The thing is, Nikolai gets to go out early, and like he lost.
Højgaard who kept both shoes on today.
He did, yeah. The other Højgaard was half in, half out at one point, and he almost put it back in the drink.
Oh, it was a terrible shot too. It's like, oh my goodness.
What happened to Minwoo Lee?
I don't know. He was lucky to tie Freddie Couples.
It's true.
I'll tell you who I'm cheering for. I'm cheering for Day. I'm really cheering for Hao Tong.
We know.
Of
Cust,
course you are. Yeah.
Cust
Finished
lost-
second at the last major championship. He's
Don't
got
worry, you'll
good
get to
form.
watch him tomorrow on the Cut Sweat.
Oh yes, he'll be like one of the last groups out.
By the way, as was pointed out, that he did not come second at the Open Championship.
I thought he finished
last-
second last
No,
time.
he played in the final group with Scotty. He did not come second.
Did he not finish that? Oh, he played in the final group. Anyway, he. Okay, fair enough. No, that's a fair point. But he played in the last group.
That he did. He came. Let's see here. What did he end up coming at the Open? He came 4th.
Okay.
He played well, but so Tim made 2 bets this week on the Masters with our friends. One of them involved Hao Tong Lee. Hao Tong Lee is inside the top 10. He's -1, and Tim lost his round prop today. He set Hao Tong's round prop at 69.5. Do you know what Scotty's round prop was today?
70?
70.5. And Tim said it one better for Hao Tong.
I thought with the super soft. I mean, my logic was right that it would be much easier in the morning, and you'd have good scoring conditions. I thought you might like go out there and shoot 300 par.
He also got incredibly lucky on 13 that his ball didn't go in the water.
Yes, that is true. That was as they called it, a tournament-changing break on the broadcast.
I think that Bryson's going to rebound tomorrow.
I think so too. More likely than Rahm to rebound. I think.
Rahm gets probably the easier conditions on the course because he's going to play in the morning. Bryson's
going to hit 600 balls between
Well,
now.
maybe he-
Rom
just
was
pick up-
on the range too.
He needs to be.
Yeah, he should be on the range. I think he lost 4 strokes putting.
It was a bad day for them. Not a good showing. Hatton had bad luck. He hit the flagstick and spinned out.
Well, Hatton's actually like if you're playing DraftKings Showdown or betting on guys to like beat their scores tomorrow, Hatton in the morning is actually a really good look. He played really well today, tee to green, and he got that really bad break going off the pin, and his putting was bad. Normally his putting isn't that bad. So I think he would be a play-on guy with Goddard up. Morikawa was starting to worry me a bit.
He was laboring at the end when he picked the ball up out of the hole in the last hole. You could tell he was being bothered.
He's at +2. He had a good day, but it was basically all putting, Jeff. That like, his driving was bad. Like his driving was mediocre. His irons were mediocre. They weren't awful. But if he's banged up like through one round already and he was surviving on his putter, I just don't see Morikawa doing anything. Like I think he's still super live to miss the cut here.
Yeah, big trouble there. You see Hovland's putter today?
I did. I mean, I do kind of. He was. Let's see what he ended up finishing tee to green. I think he was in approach. He was super up there. Yeah, he lost 3.5 strokes.
Did you see Hovland's shirt today, Jeffrey?
What'd you think?
It made a statement. It was bold. It was noticeable. It reminded me of the one that you have that he didn't, that he had a sweater over top of for the whole Open Championship. Is that like very loud and in your face? I don't know. I don't know if I liked it or not. I liked what Bobby Mack had on, even though he didn't play very well. I thought Spieth was dressed like a grown-up today.
You hated Brooks's shirt.
Brooks was doing a Tiger Woods impersonation with the mock turtleneck out there. I didn't care for that.
Did anyone have a more fun day than Lowry? He like 4-putted from 3 feet at one point, but then he jarred it on 13 from 70 yards out. He was everywhere.
So Lowry's always come into the Masters with quite a bit of hype and, love, at least in like the DFS or betting streets. And this year, because of the Cognizant, he sort of struggled since, and I don't know, came in with no hype, and
at least he'd
maybe
have
he'll finally
Irish
deliver
food on his champions menu.
I don't know if he would. As Rory said, no one wants to eat that shit.
I think he'd have some stuff on there.
What would be Irish food?
Something with Irish cream alone would have been enough.
What?
You're going to have a whipped cream with Irish cream flavoring. Enough. That would have been enough. An Irish coffee.
Would have been enough for us.
You
If it had just been an Irish coffee, Jeff, that would have been enough. If it had been an Irish coffee and lamb stew, it would have been enough.
I misspoke about Bridgman. I guess I read his stats the wrong way because they didn't show a bunch of Bridgman here. It felt like he was making some putts. That he and Lowry are the only two guys, and Scheffler right now because of his putt on 18, the lag putt. They're the only 3 guys inside the top 10 who lost strokes putting.
Okay.
Tell you who gained, Brian Campbell.
Yeah.
Sure he did.
He really did.
There were some guys who popped and then really fell back quickly. Like Wrighton popped, looked like he was playing great golf, and then it all fell apart on him.
Isn't that just called golf?
Yeah,
I guess.
he chipped in and he made a bomb on like 11 for a birdie.
At one point, Kitayama looked like he might go like 6 or 7 under, and then like the wheels fell off the bus.
Well, we got a text from you when we were watching Kitayama earlier today after he hit it over the green on 12, and your text just said he really needs to get up and down for par here. What'd he do?
He shanked it across the green somehow into the water. But made a great putt to make a double rather than a triple. He's still very live in this tournament.
See, that's why I think that Bryson's not live, but like Bryson's going to rebound. Just him saving himself over and over with those long putts. But the same thing that happened to him today is exactly the same thing that happened to him at the PGA Championship last year, where he was just getting it to like 70 yards.
And not converting.
And then just like hitting his wedges nowhere near the pin.
Tomorrow, he should just be on that range for an hour hitting wedges. I really believe that.
Maybe you can go 3D print a few more wedges.
Well, an outrageous question.
You think that's an outrageous question?
No, it's not an outrageous.
Hey, Jeff, question for you.
Yeah, it's about Bryson.
No. It's actually about if you didn't live on city water.
No.
Let's say you lived on a well.
No.
Let's say you lived on a well. Are you familiar with like living on a well? How do you think that let's say you had a cottage and you have to use well water and it's a brand new cottage. How do you think that well gets dug?
How do I think it gets dug? Someone dug it.
Like, what do you mean someone dug it? Like, what do you mean?
Well, like there was probably some machinery, or I don't know how wells are built, but like someone built the well.
So, see, when he said machinery, that was correct. Cust thought someone took a shovel and they go and dig a well like it's 1650. And then Cust told us he could dig a 20-foot hole in the backyard in a day by himself.
Assuming I'm not hitting into solid rock. Yeah, it's not that far.
You take 8 breaks shoveling your driveway. You're going to take a 20-fucking-foot hole. And when you estimated 20 feet, it was 10 feet.
You would be an asset to like people who bury bodies if you could shovel that fast.
Just assume like
Like you think you could even shovel a hole to put a body in, let alone a well?
No, like I assumed a well was like 15 feet deep. Apparently, it's like 250. So I didn't know this.
Even if it's 15 feet, you're doing it?
I just assume that if you have a well, like you find the water spot, you dig it yourself, you maintain it. Like I assume that's what it meant. Like and like you cover it over with like the wooden stuff. You draw water from it with like either one of those machines that you crank or with a pail or something. No, that's not at all how wells work. I don't know. I didn't grow up on look, Jeff lives on the bridle path. They're not using well water there. But
I don't.
No, of course you don't. You use city water.
You
there.
drive a Corolla.
No, and you know that I don't. I don't know why you need to say that. I don't drive a Corolla. If I drove a Corolla, it'd be fine, but that's not what I drive.
It seems like an insult after you say I live on the bridle path. That my rebuttal is you drive a Corolla, but I don't. Live on the
I thought
bridle
that
path.
people had to dig their like when I was like look at property and it says like you're on well water. I'm like, does this place have an outhouse as well?
You really have no idea how things work, do you?
Well, I mean, not really. No.
The chat says Yes, I think cool when I think Kevin Hart and Bryson. It's like when I think young, I think Kevin Streelman or Gary Player.
Well, no one said that Gary Player was young.
Okay, so Bryson's overwhelmingly coming in at not good here. Just very uncool is what the chat is saying about Bryson.
bots.
Now here's the second question. I had to retract this earlier. Tim was very upset with Gary Player in the morning. Mainly because he claimed that Tim claimed he had better mobility than 90-year-old Gary Player, and I just don't think that's true.
And then I said, I think I have better mobility than some people in this tournament. And you said, no, there's no way.
And then we saw VJ walking around, and
You're
yes,
like,
VJ looked. I mean, I guess I figured out why he hasn't been playing on the PGA Tour. Dude can barely walk.
He doesn't have knees by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Poor guy. He's like Cotton Hill out there.
But Gary Player's more mobile than you.
Dude, the Gary Player can kick his leg above his head.
Yeah, stand here and throw a fucking front kick.
Because he doesn't eat all that butter and bacon.
Yeah, but why do you think
He could
you
have
don't
played.
even believe it?
He could have played. His swing looked fine, actually.
He's 90 years old.
But he's so young and healthy and athletic.
You told me about, who was it? Olathable. You're like, well, if Olathable's playing, why can't Gary Player? He's 30 years older than Olathable. 30.
I just think if you can swing like reasonably, you should still compete. I have a strong belief about that. I don't like the guys who like wrap their Masters careers up and just stop unless they physically can't play the game anymore.
Gary Player is older than Jack Nicklaus.
But Jack is an older 86 than Gary is a 19.
Hold on a second. Hold on. You think they should just be playing?
Yes. Yes. Why not? Until like you physically can't like swing the golf club anymore, or it's so labored that yes, you should compete.
But like, isn't it sweet that they put them with like normal players? You would need them to play by themselves. How
No.
you're putting it?
Playing with the amateurs. That'd be a great thing to do.
He's getting lit by Gary Player the entire time.
You think FIFA would be lipping him?
FIFA was a real, Fang was good today.
Ethan Fang played very good golf today.
Jared was jealous of his flow.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And as someone who like last year, there was no Low-Am, there was no one in Butler Cab, and I missed that. I'm glad to see that Fang has a real chance to be Low-Am, and we can actually have somebody get that jacket.
Fang today was 12th tee to green.
That's excellent.
Additionally, Mason Howell, who played with Rory.
Who I thought was Charles Howell for a moment. They said Howell. I was like, how did Charles Howell III get in this tournament? And I looked like, oh, is that his grandson?
God, Tim.
Maybe another guy that when you start saying that Bryson and Rahm are like by far the best players in the world, they're still playing against Charles Howell, by the way. The competition might not be up on the
I
level.
was surprised that he made it in there. That was all.
But Mason Howell's like drove it and hit his irons awesome today. He just when you're 18 and you get to
Play at
Augusta,
Augusta?
your chipping and putting might not be as sharp as you want it to be, and it was not.
Do you know, Jeff, when they sit down at the restaurant at Augusta, there's no menus apparently?
Yeah, they can get whatever they want. So doesn't that make it more appalling that Tom Brady
but
brought his own lunch?
Yes. I
Doesn't
agree with
that make it like
Yes.
more insulting?
Absolutely. The
Yeah.
question I was going to ask you was, do you feel like I do? Or like that would be terrifying?
Can I tell you something?
Go
ahead. I want to just put it out there.
Just
I don't know if
between
it's
us.
like humble brag or whatever.
Oh, no.
At my club, like they'll make you whatever you want.
Yeah, but there are menus.
Yeah, there is a menu, but like if you said I want this, like there's an 88%. It's not 100%. It's not Augusta. But like if you want something off the menu, like they'll make it.
Yes. But like to sit down and not be given a menu and say, Mr. Fienberg, what would you like this evening? Wouldn't that be terrifying?
No.
A little bit, because it's like I don't want to
have anything.
I don't want to inconvenience these people. Like how
I would wait.
random Can I ask?
I would wait for someone else to order, and if it sounded good, I'd say I'll have that.
Okay, so Tim says this. Tim was also telling us about how he eats Lunchables, like the Lunchable pizzas that you make, and he couldn't even do that right. Tell us.
So, all right, look. So
Wait a second. You
Like my
buy
kid,
those things?
my kids eat like if we're pressed for time in the morning, we'll have like Lunchables in there. I'll throw it in the bag. Like we got to get out the door. You got to go. So that's what they eat sometimes. You tell them.
sometimes I take Lunchables for lunch, and
You're a grown man.
I got the pizza one, and I was making the pizza one, and I forgot you need to put the sauce on before the cheese, because what was happening was that the cheese. So I put the cheese on the pizza, and then I like spiraled the sauce on top. And I was trying to eat it, and the cheese keeps falling off the pizza. See, what you got to do, and this is a word for the wise, put the sauce on first and evenly coat it so that the cheese will actually stick to the sauce when you're eating your Lunchable. So you haven't got shredded cheese falling all over the counter.
Lunchable at your office workroom as a grown man?
Oh, yeah. I don't care. I like the pizza one. Last week I had that one, and I had the turkey and cheese and cracker one.
Because it comes with the little chocolate
And it comes
bar?
with a little Kit Kat bar, which I like too.
These are for children.
Well, they're for anybody. There's no age restrictions on them. They're like mini charcuteries. I like them. They're tasty. I like the pizza one. I like the turkey one. I picked up the taco one. I haven't had that yet. I like Lunchables, and I don't care. I don't care. Say what you want. I don't care. I like Lunchables.
Learn how like Uncrustables?
I love the menu that I wasn't allowed to give, my non-fast food menu.
Oh my God.
One of my apps was what I call fancy Uncrustables, because I'll do this sometimes, where I take a cookie cutter and I put it on top of the Uncrustable and I make shapes with the Uncrustable, because I don't like the edges of the Uncrustable because it's just bread. I like the good stuff in the middle, which is the peanut butter and the jam. So I was going to make fancy Uncrustables as one of my apps for the Master's dinner. But I couldn't give it out because you forbid me to tell that.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Glad I did.
Yes, I love Uncrustables. And you know who else loves Uncrustables?
Here's a spaceship.
Every single NFL team has thousands of Uncrustables that their players eat, like after practice.
Hear me out. When when your Master's dinner is over, are you inviting everyone back to your place to like sleep in race car beds or what?
Get real. You like Uncrustables. There's no way you don't.
Someone said that your way of building the pizza with the cheese, then the sauce, is like wiping your ass before you shit.
I got excited because here's the thing, and it's somewhat sloth. You actually have to physically tear and open the bag of sauce, whereas the cheese is just already shredded. So I didn't want to go through the effort of like opening the sauce first because I didn't want to get it on my hands. So I put the cheese down first, then I opened it so that I could swirl the sauce on top. And that was, just telling you, it was not effective. It was far more effective to put the sauce on and then put the cheese on top. And then the pepperonis are the same way. Don't put the pepperonis on until the end either, because it needs to stick to something.
No one was having problems with this besides
I was having problems. There's no instructions on the thing about how to build your Lunchable.
This chat is on fire.
Why?
Do you 3D print your Uncrustables?
No, I don't. But you know what? Here's the thing. I like Uncrustables, but the hazelnut Uncrustable, get out of here, because it's just Nutella. There's no peanut butter in it.
So with the rest of your menu, were you going to make a mashed potato volcano with dinosaur chicken nuggets as one of the options?
No, I was not.
Did you get any?
Sounds all right, actually.
Did you take advantage of anyone who didn't pick up their cake for Easter?
No, I did not. I was here doing a show with you.
That's true.
I missed the Easter candy sales first thing in the morning. That's what I gave up for this show. Was
the
good
highest
was
rated
good hunting.
show in the history of the Pat Mayo experience on Spotify.
Again, Augusta National, you need to give MMN a credential next year.
We can all go?
No, just you. You
wouldn't. If I had 3 tickets to the Masters,
I'm not the right person to take.
You wouldn't want to go to the Masters?
It's not about whether I want. I wouldn't be the right person for the network.
Why?
Take. Like, you would take you and Geoff and then, like, I don't know, Tam or something, because you guys know a lot more about golf than I do.
Yeah, we'd bring you.
I don't know.
Of course we would bring you. Come on. Are you just worried there's too many hills?
No, I'm not. I'm worried about, like, being seen of ordering all the cheap food available.
But all the food is cheap.
What is the green room like at Augusta?
I want to tell you something right now.
All right, I'm all ears.
You might not be worth bringing, because I don't think you would leave the media center.
Oh, I would, to walk the grounds like we did at President's Cup.
And then you like find a chair in there. Be like, oh, I'm just here watching on the TV. There's free snacks. There's free drinks. Like,
I want a pimento cheese sandwich and a Georgia peach ice cream sandwich so badly from that concession.
The concessions actually seem gross, but the breakfast menu looks like
the breakfast menu. That chicken sandwich biscuit. Oh,
yeah, like that's where I would. I'd skip lunch. I'd eat that late breakfast.
Will they allow you to hide merchandise in the Masters merch shop to buy later?
No, they just hold it for you. They ship it.
Yeah, I heard that they'll actually ship it so you don't have to carry it
Yeah,
around.
you're not walking around. People buy hundreds of dollars worth of stuff.
Oh.
They're not schlepping it around. So they just,
Untrue, because Xander hit it into someone's merch bag today.
Well, you don't have you can bring it with
He
you.
did. Xander hit it a bit off to the left, and the guy was sitting down, and Xander's ball landed in the guy's merch
And
bag.
also, apparently, tickets give you 2 entries, so you're allowed to like go to your car, drop your stuff off, and come back once during the day.
So there's a before.
I would have to be kicked off the property each day.
Yeah,
No,
I know what
if
you mean.
guys were still on the range, like right now, play is over.
Oh yeah,
they'd have to be
Price is
like-
hitting balls. Yeah,
I would literally stay on site until they said, "Excuse me, sir, like it's time, like we're closed."
except
Like
have
him
you,
at a restaurant.
have you ever been away from your phone that long?
Yeah, that would be nice.
That's the thing. I wonder. It sounds nice, but then like after like 4 hours, I feel
no,
like there
you're
would
at
be
the
some.
Masters.
There'd
It'd
be
be
some.
the greatest feeling. By
there-
4 hours, you'd be like, "This is incredible."
There'd be some separation anxiety.
No,
I
you
think.
don't even bet. Like you don't even care. Like what are you looking for? Notifications from Harvey's? Like what do you need? Like I'm addicted to my phone. I get it. But I think like once you've cleared 4 hours, you'd be like, this has just been such a great day. It doesn't need to end.
It's like a
God
runner's high.
forbid, unless like there's a tragedy at home. Like what do you need your home phone for? Wouldn't you feel like you're in 1915? Wouldn't you like that feeling?
I bet you they dig their own wells at Augusta National.
Well, you'd have to. They're on city water.
Are they?
I'm sure they are.
Okay, before we've lost the plot.
Because apparently
we'll keep it off the plot for a second here because the chat's been on fire with some Gary Player commentary here.
Okay.
Gary Player is 500% older than Mason Howell.
But again, if you can do
Mason Howell is 72 years younger than Gary Player.
again, if you can do the high
Pass the
kicks,
fitness test, you could play as long as you want.
if you
That's-
can do the high kicks and you can hector people for their diets and how healthy and active you are, then maybe you can tee it up at the Masters since you have a lifetime.
So are you now admitting that Gary Player is more mobile than you?
no, I think we're
Could Gary Player do a cartwheel? I say yes.
Oh, he probably could. Yeah.
Can you?
Well, I mean, I could, but I don't want to.
There's a lot of room right
I
here.
don't want
You can do one right into Josh Allen.
My
and break
point
him
is-
if you want to.
Gary could still play. I think.
Apparently Gary Player could dig his own well.
what physical activity do you think you could beat Gary Player in?
Could you beat Gary Player at golf today?
No chance.
He hits it like 100 yards.
No chance. Gary
you beat
Player
him
probably
at
shoots.
chin-ups?
Gary Player shoots his age or better every time he goes out. I guarantee you.
Like,
I
what
also
could
find
you
it
beat him
really
at
weird.
that you think that you are in better physical shape right now.
I didn't say better. I said around equivalent mobility.
Okay, but so that means there's give or take. There's a few things he'd beat you at. There's a few things you'd beat him at.
Well, he's
what
90.
do you think you could beat him at?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Could you
don't
beat
know.
him in a race?
Long distance,
Mm.
probably.
Really?
I feel like I would have more longevity.
I don't think you'd beat a 6-year-old in a race, let alone a 96-year-old.
Okay, fine.
Jared, what were you going to say?
It's just Tim describes it as if Gary Player gave up his Masters career at 45, like he's fucking Andrew Luck, like retiring early. Like he's fucking 90 years old, man.
But like, I just feel like if you can play, you should play.
The chat says that Gary Player can both dunk a basketball and tackle Derrick Henry
All right.
one-on-one.
It sounds like the chat is having way too much fun today.
This isn't wrestling. Like, you're not just coming back.
Yeah, this isn't Ric Flair's last match here.
All right.
Okay, we're going to get the plot back on. I got odds. I want to talk about Scotty. I want to talk about Cam. I want to talk about Fitz. I want to talk about round 2 plays. But that was a whole lot of fun. It was my fault for bringing up the well thing. We're going to go to break. We're going to come back. If you have questions, dump them in the chat. The chat's having a lot of fun. The chat's like the real hero here. Gary Player would win at competitive mall speed walking. Did you know that?
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, check out these ads. Summer's almost here, which means you're either hosting people, pretending to know how to cook, realizing that your house hasn't been updated since Tiger Woods' first Masters win. That's where Wayfair comes in. Way Day is running April 25th through the 27th. We're talking up to 80% off everything with fast and free shipping. I went full upgrade mode. Cleaned up the space, added some modern pieces, got the patio ready. If there was ever time to come stop an ad, it's now.
What's so funny?
He just started having a gig fit.
Gary Player can dig his own well. I just imagine him. You eat too much butter. Watch me dig.
Do you think he would know how to make his own pizza?
Like, again, there ought to be instructionals on those things on the lid. Like, here is the plus EV way to make, because like there's composition involved here. Gary Player can feed you in competitive mall walking.
Instead of throwing you an ad, we're actually doing a new segment called Shits and Gigs with Cust. All right, back to the ad. Summer's almost here, which means you're either hosting people, pretending to know how to cook, realizing that your house hasn't been updated since Tiger Woods' first Masters win. That's where Wayfair comes in. Way Day is running April 25th through the 27th. We're talking up to 80% off everything with fast and free shipping. I went full upgrade mode. Cleaned up the space, added some modern pieces, got the patio ready for Sunday sweat season. And now it actually looks like not only one adult, but 2 and 3 kids live here at the moment and can have guests over. And it's completely safe in the backyard for those kids. If you're hosting or just want your setup to look better while you yell at your bets, this is the move. Way Day is the sale to shop the best deals in home. We're talking up to 80% off with fast and free shipping on everything. Head to wayfair.com April 25th through the 27th to shop Way Day. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home. Season's changing, which means I need to flip my entire wardrobe, and I looked at my closet and I started thinking, why do I own so much junk that I never actually wear? I've been trying to scale it back. Fewer things, but better stuff. And honestly, that's why I keep going back to Quince over and over. Their pieces just make sense. The fabric feels legit, real quality, not that fake premium marketing nonsense that they send me on Instagram. That stuff sucks. What you want is super breathable, really comfortable clothing that looks sharp without trying too hard. Even the Flow Knit activewear. That's the sneaky one for me. It's soft, moisture wicking, doesn't stink, and you can wear it all day and not feel gross, which is a big win for me. The kicker is the price. It's like 50 to 60% less than what you'd expect to pay for this level of quality because they cut out the middleman and go straight to the source. So you're not paying for a logo, you're paying for good clothes. Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/mayo for free shipping and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/mayo. Quince.com/mayo. All right, let's talk about something no one in endurance sports likes to admit. You can be training your ass off, cardio, stress, not recovering properly, and yeah, it can mess with your performance everywhere. Because it all comes back to blood flow. Most guys jump straight to pills. That's just treating the symptom. The real key is nitric oxide. That's what controls circulation, endurance, and yeah, performance. That's why Joy Mode actually makes sense. It's a natural booster that supports nitric oxide production, not the fake pixie dust stuff. Just tear open a packet, mix it like an electrolyte drink, and you are good to go. Use it when you need it, or use it daily to raise your baseline. Think of it like training. One dose helps, consistency changes everything. If you want to support sexual performance the same way you support training and recovery, naturally and intelligently, Joy Mode has a deal for my listeners. Go to tryjoymode.com/mayo or enter Mayo at checkout for 20% off. Joy Mode, the electrolyte packet for your dick. The entire ad break was this.
It's been a long day, and I haven't eaten since like noon. I wish I was eating a Lunchable. I'm sorry. This is not what people want. People want to hear stuff about golf, not us all laughing like crazy people. Okay. All right. We've got this thing back on the tracks.
Jeff's just firing off bets. You're here, farting in bathtubs, laughing your ass off.
You wanted to ask him about Scotty. Why don't you talk about Scotty?
I
want to
know, what do you think the winning score is going to be?
10 under.
For your dick.
Yeah. Oh.
Jeff, what do you think the winning
10
score
under
is going
par.
to be?
11, 12.
I think it's going to be like 8.
Okay.
I think it's only getting harder from here on out. And and the leaders, the people who are going to be at the top of the leaderboard, are going to have to play in the harder conditions.
Is he all right?
I can't stop laughing now either. This happened to me once, well, I was super high at the time in first year university, but I went to a first year chemistry class, and the prof was like writing something, like he was talking to the class, and he went around to go right off the board, and he tripped on something and went head first in the chalkboard, and everyone was like, and I just had a complete meltdown laughing. So Jeff had to go.
Yeah, you couldn't take it anymore. The 6 people who are still watching the show are probably annoyed as well.
Oh, no, the numbers just keep going up on this one. the chat is alive. Jeff needs some, Jeff, low energy Jeff.
Yeah.
He needs some joy mode right now to get the juices flowing. Or he can win a HELIX mattress. If you want to help us, if you want to win a HELIX mattress, the contest is still open. Hit the description. HELIXsleep.com/Mayo. Get you 20% off for your new house. You could dig a well and get a new mattress.
Yeah.
20% off.
Having a well is not as unusual as I thought. I thought it was old-timey, but it isn't. Really nice homes have wells.
Scheffler played okay. He actually drove the ball the second best of anyone in the field.
I thought he played better than okay. It's the best he's played in like 3 months.
It is, but he made the big eagle putt on 2, and then he drove number 3, and it felt like it was on.
It did. It seemed like he had like shifted into God mode.
But then
yeah.
he just went back into neutral.
Yeah. Which the course is so tough today that I guess that's what happens.
But you're going to get him in the morning, and you're going to get Bridgman in the morning, Brooks in the morning, Michael Brennan in the morning, who led everyone in driving, which shouldn't be surprising. He actually hit his irons pretty well.
Okay.
He's someone I could see sticking around just because of the driving, that he hits it so long. It's almost like Woodland in that way, where they're hitting it so long,
Gary hits a
so
bomb
straight, that they're going to have a lot of shorter clubs into some of these holes, where Fitz is going to have to hit like a 6-iron and try to hold the green.
Agreed.
That would be my worry about like Cam Young. Cam Young less so. I mean, how are you? I mean, if Larry, if you're watching right now, because he gets the 200K if Cam Young wins, it was a rough start for Cam Young today, Jeff.
Yeah, it was a tough scene. He battled back a bit, kind of saved the day. Got her up. What? Got her up's going off at what? 9:30 tomorrow. So
Yeah.
Should be nerve-wracking, but I don't know. I think Cam Young's still very much in this sucker, as long as Rory's not going to run away with it.
What are the odds right now
For
the Masters?
so Rory is the favorite at plus 275.
Makes
I mean, he's
sense.
winning.
Makes sense.
He's the defending champion. He's currently winning, so that makes a ton of sense. Scotty's 2 at plus 350. Xander is 3rd at 10-1. Xander didn't have his best stuff today, but he did everything well. And just the justice of position, as Jeff would say, between him and Bryson playing together, they were in the similar spot so many holes. And Xander just showed a touch of class around the greens, and Bryson was just every single time.
I agree.
Like even on the bunker on 18, like Bryson shorts his shot out of it. Xander just great contact, puts it to 20 feet.
So what about Burns makes you think he's just not going to sustain things?
I just don't think he's on this level. Do you, Jeff? Like he's not on the level of Rory. Like I could see like but even someone like Day. Like Day is the forward.
What did he do today? Did he drive and putt? Like can you drive and putt to a win here? Because that's his recipe.
Well, he was one of the top guys in approach and chipping. Like Sam Burns has played great today. It's one of the best rounds probably he's ever had, honestly, against this quality of field at this tough of a course. We know that the game is in there for him, and we've seen flashes of it, but we haven't seen flashes of this since the U.S. Open last year, really. Like he was T6 at Pebble Beach. He was
T12 at the, or 13
at the Players, but like, you know, he could have won Pebble Beach and then he just faded away. And this course is going to be a whole lot more demanding, especially because he got the easier conditions. He gets the tougher conditions tomorrow that we'll see how it goes. If he's stuck around, And maybe it's unfair to Sam Burns. He's won 6 times on tour, and we've been glazing Fitzpatrick and glazing Cam Young all week. Like, he's on that level of player.
I think he is.
But he hasn't been as good as those guys lately.
No.
I guess is kind of the point. So that's
Definitely not. It's been a while since he won, too.
Yeah. When was the last time he won?
He's on quite a drought for at least him, considering how quickly he got those 6. But yeah, there's a time where he kind of is on that tier. So it's not totally shocking. He's got a knack for these now.
You say that. What other tournament was he a first round leader in at a major?
No, I'm just saying he's like now stacking like just the US Open last
Yeah, he
year.
was a
Like, if
54
he's
hole
now
leader
gonna
there.
just compete in these.
Is the second time in his career he's broke 70 at Augusta. That would worry me too.
Sure.
He has that scar tissue of just not being very good here year over year. Also, he looks like Aaron Rye, according to you.
Is the weather supposed to be identical tomorrow?
Yeah, with less wind. Hotter and less wind.
I think they're going to start soaking the greens Friday night with water. That's what I would expect the tournament committee to start doing, is drenching those things.
Just so it doesn't look like shit. for
Exactly.
Sunday.
They don't want those greens to look like St. Andrews on Sunday.
What, you made a live bet during the tournament, didn't you, Jeff?
Yeah. I made one live bet today. I bet Adam Scott 110-1. I almost bet him before the tournament. It was a slight stale. He was hitting it well relative to the wave. Obviously a huge ask, but made a donation there for sure.
I'm trying to see what the each way, because the placements actually do more for me here. I could play Harris English, 125-1 to win. He's probably not going to win, but I could see him because he has the easier wave. I thought he played the best of the guys on the back 9 today. Like, everyone was going the other way, and he reeled off 3. He birdied 12, 13, and 14, and he got it up and down very nicely. He makes the double on 17. That sucks, but he was playing with. He was playing behind that Scotty group. So Penge puts it into the azaleas behind 13. He's asking the cameraman where the ball is, and he's waiting to make this 1-foot putt for at least 20 minutes. It was the first time we saw him all day. The big bulge. Well hung Harris English. Probably why you didn't see him on TV. And then he got caught behind Bobby Mack making whatever the fuck he made on 15.
He made a 9.
He was just standing in the middle of the fairway for a while. So the driver wasn't all there for him. I don't know what I want to do with it. Maybe it's just like an underdog play for tomorrow. But I think that he goes out and shoots I don't think he's going to be like 6 under or something. But
Did you bet him before the tournament?
I didn't know, but he's in my Millie Maker lineup.
Okay, that's why
I was very
125. That's I was tracking him. He was hitting it as lovely as anyone, really.
Well, he got off to the bad start. Also, the 14 leg to make the cut parlay is very live if Ryan Fox can get his shit together. Ryan Fox is 5 over. However, he was 6 over through like 12 holes.
That's true.
And he finally figured
Steadied
it
the
out
boat,
towards the end. He calmed down a little bit. Hell, if he sticks at +5, he's getting through the cut. If he can just shoot even par tomorrow. The problem is there's going to be some guys who we think are playing well right now that are just going to eject tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, totally. If you told me Kitayama shoots 77 tomorrow.
It's going to be so painful when the guy you spend tonight worrying about cruises into it, and then you've got to sweat on a guy that like you were least expecting. Guaranteed.
Through one round, if I gave you Rory and Scheffler, or I gave you the field, what would you rather have for the rest of the week?
Rory and Scheffler.
Okay.
And this is someone who's got a pre-tournament Reed, pre-tournament Xander, even Tommy's on. Just got Rory and Scheffler, man. Like,
okay, no, fair.
I mean, I wouldn't.
You know what? That bet is probably out there on a lot of books. And I'm curious what the odd would be relative. What, just minus 120 maybe? What would it be right now?
Yeah, I'd say no, it wouldn't be in the minus. I still think they would be in the plus because there's enough guys that are around, and with the course playing so difficult, it could neutralize. Like, they're not immune to the bad stretch either. You know what I mean?
But I would argue this level of difficulty actually limits who can win.
You think so? I'm not so sure it doesn't draw in
when it
guys.
like plays soft and gettable, that means to me like anyone can get hot. Like anyone can just have the lightning in the bottle. At this level of difficulty, I actually think it narrows who can actually win.
I somewhat agree, but I think it brings in a different skill set of like the Jason Day type.
It
Yes.
brings in the vets.
Yeah, the vets all of a sudden are a bit more live. Like Rose become
Yes.
If
like,
like
Rose is-
Hideki's in this thing,
Yeah.
like those sort of guys become
Rose,
super
Scott.
dangerous. That's obviously why we love the Patrick Reed situation. If it's gonna get stupid, and yeah, if it's gonna get crazy stupid, like I don't know, could Terrell Hatton shoot 3 under and move like 50 spots up the leaderboard?
But it's someone
tomorrow?
like Ben Griffin, who's a debutante. He could shoot 82 in conditions like this.
maybe, but he's also going to play in the morning tomorrow because
That's fair.
he played late and he actually made a really nice run. I
He's
was
low
actually-
debutante.
He is. He is. Is he the low debutant right now?
I think so.
Yes, he is. Yeah, because
he's tied with
Kenyatta.
Bridgman.
Yeah, he and Bridgman are both -1. Goddard's right behind them. I had Rasmus Niergaard Peterson, who had a lot of difficulty making 2-foot putts today.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah,
that's a
happens.
circle boss.
Question:
How
How
what
long
did
would it
Nick
take you
Taylor
to dig a
shoot?
well if it was powered by AI?
Very quick, obviously.
Nick Taylor was -1. He gave a few back towards the end. I thought he played really well. Connor's played like shit. Connor's got bailed out by chipping in on 14.
Absolutely, he did.
That was disgusting, Chep. Like luckiest shit ever.
And we discovered, Jeff, we figured out between us why it was that Mike Weir made the cut the 1 year he did.
Yeah, so Mike Weir, that's the other bet that Cust made with our friends, that Mike Weir would make the cut. He's not making the cut. He's +9 right now.
No.
But he's made the cut once in the past 15 years, and it was in the COVID year. Why?
Because then his Uber services were not required because no one could go anywhere. So he didn't have to drive Uber on Saturday and Sunday.
I know I'm like asking you to do the homework for me, but if I have Batchy up top lefty with the Bobby Mack ejection, Harmon, like who else am I sweating in that?
Matt McCarty, who played really well today.
Bridgman
Uh-oh.
left-handed?
No, Bridgman's not a lefty.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Matt McCarty's a lefty.
Cardi's a lefty.
What do you
Matt-
make about Batchy? 1 over, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he blew me up on 17 with the double bogey. He rebounded nicely, bounced back on 18. He was all over the map. Like, he was making some great shots. He just, a couple of the par threes. Same thing with Nikolai. Nikolai putting it in the water
Oh,
on fucking 16. Like, he had battled back. Like, he had a chip-in eagle. So it's kind of a wash in that regard that he get the chip-in eagle, which he probably would have made birdie on
that's
if it didn't go
not
in.
the hole to get wet.
Like,
on.
it's him and fucking Fred Couples put it in the water
Oh.
on 16. Like, what are you doing?
Miserable.
It would be hilarious if the low live is like a DJ Sergio battle on
That's what
Sunday.
DJ was super steady today.
Super steady.
Like nothing flashy, but
He
nothing
was
bad.
out there with Day. So
Yeah.
we
You know
saw
what?
a lot of and Lowry. We saw a lot of him.
And a nice battle back from Keegan on the back nine today. Keegan was like 4
over at one point, yeah.
And he finished it even, just really kind of heated up. But again, he's going to go out in these bad conditions. He can't chip, so that's a real problem.
But DJ, DJ went out like early-ish.
Well, DJ is kind of the type of player that I don't think that he can put it all together because I don't know if that's the stage of his career right now. But we talk about who are the types of players that can get into this if the conditions get
Someone
really
like him.
hard. Someone like DJ who could just hit like 16 greens in regulation and 2-putt from 50 feet every time is like someone that just lurks around.
Agreed.
Sergio, I disagree. I don't think he would do.
Sergio had that look today, and then things went a little sideways. But like Sergio looked pretty confident for a lot of today too.
But that happened to a ton of guys where they looked all right and then it just went off the rails coming home.
It's true. I mean, Rose is like the perfect example of that. Like the bogey out. I was like, well, that's a tough scene. Bogey 3 of the last 4 holes.
Where would you go back to think that your guy is live to still win, Jeff?
Honestly, under par unless you're like a super special talent who yeah, like obviously, well, I'm more in the fade camp. Like if Brooks went like bananas or something, I'm not totally shocked. His ceiling is so freaking high. But the only guy coming from the clouds, you either are, I already have thought you're worthy of a major, or you're like a future major champion, no doubt in my mind. I don't think anyone random is entering this thing, but under par. And the Masters trends even tell us.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Scotty, Rory, and someone like Xander are already like off the gate fine. Oh, who cares that the live guys are? I'm not even to just pick on the live guys, but who cares if Rahm and Bryson ejected?
Yeah, and I think that they'll both be there on the weekend. But
No,
they're,
I'm less convinced about Rahm.
I mean, Rahm doesn't need to do much to make the cut here. He just shoots 70 tomorrow, he makes the cut.
I think
It's
it's
gonna be a big
likelier.
ask for anyone at this point.
Well,
I
but-
kind of agree. Like, how many rounds in the 60s are we going to see tomorrow? You can probably count them on one hand, I bet.
I don't know about that. I mean, how many did we get today? 5?
Do you think Kurt Kitayama, like, you
Did we
don't
even get
feel?
5?
Is it crazy to feel the way you feel about Kurt Kitayama?
Maybe. I mean, he's won. I mean, when he won at Bay Hill, those were really tough conditions. I worry about a short game. Like watching him basically blade it over a green just didn't inspire a bunch of confidence when you're going to start missing greens. But he has the right ball flight. He hits it a mile. And his putting was, I mean, he gained 3 strokes putting today. When was the last time Kurt Kitayama gained 3 strokes putting in a tournament, let alone a round?
His mettle has never really been tested.
He won a signature event at Bay Hill. He beat Rory and Scotty coming down the stretch.
That's
in that
great.
tournament.
And that's fair. That is not a major championship, let alone the Masters.
Listen, out of all of these guys, he has the least chance of winning, but I don't think he's a dead fish.
I agree with that.
What are his odds? His odds are probably.
But like between him and Sam Burns, I would far rather have Sam Burns.
I would rather have Sam Burns too. Although I think that Kitayama has the better skill set to do well here. Like what Kitayama does consistently well is drive it and hit irons. Sam Burns can drive it and he puts the lights out.
If Rose can figure it out, Rose will be right there too.
I can see Rose going the other way.
I don't think so. I think finishing the way he did 17-18 will get him refocused. And he can come out tomorrow and shoot 70.
Someone was asking me about 2 balls for tomorrow. I like Ethan Fang to win his group against Willett and Riley.
Who is Victor playing with?
I had him today in a 3-ball. He's playing with Cantlay, and he won his 3-ball at 3 over.
They showed one Cantlay shot today.
Cantlay and Noren. Oh my God, Cantlay.
I couldn't believe that Alexander Noren was in this tournament.
Why?
He's 20th ranked in the world.
I didn't realize he was that highly ranked. He's like 46 years old.
He went crazy in Europe last year.
That must be it.
He got hot right before like the rankings settled around RSM, right? The 50 or so despite missing a lot of last year. I don't know, I'd look at Victor's stuff tomorrow if he's going to hit it as well. Not to win, but maybe
well, he's the favorite in his 3-ball. He's in the last group out tomorrow.
Victor is?
Victor Cantlay, Noren's the last group.
Yeah, and Rory's right in front of them, so we'll be watching Rory come home tomorrow.
I would start taking a look, like in these later groups, I would go with the all-hands team.
Makes sense.
So...
Not Victor.
Well, then you have Cantlay and Noren can barely strike the ball. That one's kind of a wash. And Victor actually chipped, like, he has chipped well at Augusta in the past, but like Rory, Cam Young, and Mason Howell, like that, Rory's minus 120, so I wouldn't touch that. This is an interesting one. Hideki, Morikawa, and Henley. I don't think I saw a Henley shot today.
Henley was bogeyed 18, but he, I think, just plodded along like Henley does.
Probably would take Hideki there.
Hideki's the overwhelming favorite. I mentioned Henley because Henley's just 2-1 to win that 3-ball.
It will not be Morikawa.
See, I don't think it will be.
I feel very
either.
confident about that.
If you could find like live to miss the cuts, I think
I think Morikawa would deep down. Well, he never would admit it, but if he misses the cut by a stroke, I don't think he'd be crushed. Because he looks like he's still not anywhere close to healthy.
You just don't think?
He's laboring.
Yeah, like if you're not going to win and you're laboring, like isn't it better for you to not have to withdraw, but miss the cut and then move on to
these
probably
guys are
not see him again?
These guys are pretty prideful. They want to play the weekend.
I get
it. How many guys actually are going to miss the cut tomorrow? Like 28?
But like, there's a big signature event next week. It's not the worst thing in the world if you get cut, and you can head on up to Harbor Town and get ready for that.
I would go back to Fox against Grazerman and Schwartzel. Although Schwartzel's the type of guy who would shoot like even par tomorrow. He made so many fucking long putts today. It was just torching me with it. Like, because Grazerman actually lost to Fox.
Yeah.
He just
would you pick on Burns with like Cam or Knapp?
No, because Cam played awful. Cam was +2 and should have been +20.
Well, that's Cam. Sometimes Cam can do that.
He can, but like, do you want to bet on that?
No.
Yeah,
maybe Knapp was 1 over. He plotted fine.
He did. Yeah, he got himself around pretty well. Let's see here. Justin Thomas is another one who's just at I think he finished it even.
Just sort of moving along.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah, I think if I was going to play a 3-ball, Ethan Fang at 2-1 is probably my favorite. The most like lopsided 3-ball I've seen is they stuck it to Wyndham Clark this year.
Oh my goodness, did they ever?
Do you know who Wyndham Clark is playing with, Jeff? Who his group is for the first 2 rounds?
No. Oh, okay. See it now. Yeah.
Wyndham Clark, Matteo Pulcini, and Mike Weir.
Pulcini was the guy who you thought was
FIFA.
No, was
Fang.
No. Yeah, Perez.
Oh, it was Pat Perez.
Yeah, you thought that was Pat Perez.
Yeah, he just looks like a young Pat Perez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
love
Who
many
are
of
the
these.
first two guys out?
Do you think that is like intentional? Wyndham Clark.
Yes. Like Wyndham Clark, no one likes you. You got to play with these guys.
Who is the first group out tomorrow?
As Cust pointed out, that used to be the reserve for Patrick Reed slot.
Absolutely. We
Tim,
have
it's
to include him, but we want to include him with nobody.
Tim, it's a twosome of Sam Stevens and Sung Jae. Stevens even par, by the way.
I think Samuel Stevens would be a nice play then.
Sanjay lost 4 strokes on approach today.
Yeah, I might take Stevens, not just like I might take Stevens.
Low
to shoot
round of
maybe-
the day, Sam Stevens.
I wouldn't be shocked if Stevens went out there and shot like 3 under par and was like tied for 4th going into the weekend because he got the best draw. He played well today and he played late, and maybe he plays pretty decently tomorrow. I think picking on the first or second group and finding somebody in there, because I saw some places have 36 hole leader bets.
You'd be
Go
you can get
after-
low enough.
So you are suggesting the people bet Brian Campbell to be leading after 2 rounds?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you wanted to pick one person from the first couple of groups as a long shot, it might not be the worst idea.
You say Stevens is at even. Stevens is 300 to 1 to be second round leader. I will bet that.
That's not terrible. Like he's 5 strokes off the lead, and like if he shoots
Can I ask a question?
2 under par, I mean,
Would you
that'd be enough
rather
for a
bet
tie.
what would be the diff? Well, I know what the difference is and how you win, but would there be what sort like what? How about just to have the lowest round of the day?
I think that's more of like a DK FanDuel type thing. I don't have access to those books. Oh no, I don't want to bet 150. I'll bet $15 to win 4,500 on Sam Stevens, end of second round leader.
We'll see how he does.
Shout out coolbet.com. They have all the odds are up right now out there.
Don't you hate Sam Stevens, Pat?
I
Not
do.
hate.
I just didn't think he would play that well this week, but he played well enough today in tough conditions. Why not go out and make some putts
the
tomorrow?
best conditions possible you can have, pretty much.
He stripes it. He just can't hit putts, right? That's his deal?
I mean, generally speaking, he's not a terrible putter. It's just his irons go away from time to time, and sometimes like he's one of those guys that the driving is always there, and then you just don't know what you're getting.
What
with
is
the
his
other 3
best
feet.
skill set?
Driving?
His driver?
Yeah.
I always see him. He's always on like the 3rd page of a leaderboard.
Yeah, Stevens today gained. He actually lost driving today. Was awesome with his irons. Gained a stroke putting, half a stroke around the greens.
So if his driver picks up a little bit, that's all you really need.
Yeah, just
Shoots
and
3 under par.
well,
and
you
who
need him
knows?
to enhance the putts.
I mean, honestly, the leader tomorrow will probably be like at 6 under par. I'm thinking.
Tim, why don't you live bet Haotong to win?
I would love to see Haotong win. That'd be great.
See, I think
That'd be great for the game.
Haotong got by on smoke and mirrors a little bit today, especially with that break that he got on 13.
Yes, he did.
And now he's playing real late tomorrow.
And it would be great for the President's Cup team to have the Masters
You got to stop
champion in the
talking
room.
about the President's. You've already put 13 people on the President's Cup team.
Just
They can only take 12.
It's loaded.
It's loaded, Jeff. They have Nico Echeverria.
I don't know what. I think he rage baits us. With
No, I actually think they're actually decent. Like they should be like a plus 250 underdog, not a plus 700 underdog or whatever the heck you guys were saying.
Sam Stevens is 86 to 1 for lowest round tomorrow.
I can see it.
Would you go into like is there anyone that you would just kind of pick out to be like, hey, let's do this? This guy could win.
Could win the
Could
tournament.
win. That's not like I think if he can get through it, this is setting up really well for Fleetwood, who kind of gave
Yeah.
a few away coming in today in the easier, softer conditions. But he didn't play the par 5s well on the back. And the harder you want to make
get
this,
through it.
Yeah,
Like, just sort of be there to like just linger until the right moment. Like, what do we mean? What are we saying? Because I agree, but like, what are we asking for?
I'm saying that like I need Fleetwood to go out and shoot 71 again tomorrow. Just 71 today, 71 tomorrow. Be there at -2. Shoot 2 under on Saturday. Be into like the 3rd to last group, 1 or 2 back, and like he's super live. Just he needs to catch his putter on fire one of these rounds because I think that these conditions. He and Xander, really, like those are the 2 guys that I see from like a little bit back that these are the conditions for them. I mean, Scotty's right there, and that's terrifying. But watching him drop back into neutral was kind of like, well, this is the Scotty I saw all year. He's good.
You mentioned Hideki. Hideki is a very good candidate.
What is Hideki at?
Even par?
Even par.
He's a good candidate for this.
Sneaky, but he's not going to go out early, right?
Frustrates me, but like, Spieth is there
Pat,
too.
if you liked a guy in the later wave for a live bet, do you think his number would be small? Like, it's kind of risky.
It depends on who it is, because this happened earlier. That like when who the hell was out in the lead? When Reed Reed made 2 eagles today on the front 9.
Sure did.
And I was ready to come on here and victory lap first round leader Patrick Reed.
I wish you
I
did.
think a lot of us were ready to victory lap that. I think it was the most bet on first round leader. And then Sammy Burns caught up to us. And I thought Rory was going to end up beating him. And then I thought the Rose was going to make that eagle
It
putt.
sure
and
looked
tie
like it.
those guys. But when Reed was in the lead, Reed jumped up, but Scotty's number didn't move. Rory's number, even though he wasn't where Reed was at, didn't move. The only guys that moved were the guys that were on the course and not playing well, like Bryson. Bryson had dropped back significantly. But those guys stayed the same, and then the other guys kind of caught up to them. But it didn't adjust their numbers at the top at all.
Makes sense.
I think we're getting the Cust. What's going to be awesome tomorrow.
I hope so.
Hopefully it'll be the second best one we've ever done. Because we'll never beat the year that Tiger got taken out at the knees by that guy who slid.
Oh,
That to me is the gold standard. I just don't know how we could ever, go above that. But
Now, I did go on a little bit. Like, maybe there's going to be no difference between the morning and the afternoon.
I would be surprised.
It seems like the more baked out it gets, the harder it's going to get, the
has
faster
to.
it's going to
You
play.
mentioned 15 is like the prime example of this. 15 was a gettable par 5 in the morning. 15 was an unplayable beast in the afternoon.
Correct.
And that's a par 5.
That is exactly what happened.
Yeah. So like in 18 and 17 are harder holes than 15. And even 16 played hard today. 16 is not a hard golf hole. So yeah.
That pin was tricky because you could
yes.
guys were 3-putting from the other side of the green.
Yeah, that
Michael Kim made a nice putt.
might
to
be
not
the
3-putt.
hardest place with the pin on the hole to be.
No, up more where it was on Sunday last year. In the
yeah,
top
when it wasn't
right is
in
the
its traditional
hardest.
spot.
Oh yeah. There's some great pins today. Even 13, I thought was in a fun spot, a difficult spot.
2 was in a great spot. The other guy took advantage of it because 2 was like going against the grain of the green, but people figured that out.
I know I talked about Bryson's irons earlier. It's like he doesn't know his irons, his wedges aren't good.
Yeah, I don't understand why he doesn't focus more time. You think someone as obsessive as he is about his game would know that, but
But
Like why he doesn't just get a pair of Vokies? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, no, it's just the way that he hits his iron or his wedge shots. Like, he doesn't hit them like Scheffler
No.
or even Spieth for that matter. Like the guys that are putting all this, him not being having the spin control with his wedges like some of the other guys. Like you couldn't hold 15 today.
No.
Like Thomas,
No.
like Rose was able to do it, but he did it with a long iron and got lucky. It kind of rolled on. Everyone else who laid up, just Thomas was the only one, and it went skip, 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 and then it stopped just on the fringe. Everyone else
Off the
just
back.
releasing off. And it's not even like it's why he plays so well at the U.S. Open. Like you're not spinning your wedges at the U.S. Open. You're just hitting down on it, and it's going, and you're running it up.
Absolutely.
And when he was on 13, and he drove it straight through into the pine straw. And I told you at the time,
Yeah.
like maybe the lie was so bad that he couldn't go for it. But we know he has the distance.
And he
it was
certainly
probably
has the power.
it was probably a 7-iron for him to go for it. And he laid up. And what did he do? He laid up to 50 yards
and that's the
and
worst part
fucked
of
it
his,
up. It's
that's
the
part of
worst
his
spot
game.
he can go to.
Worst part of his game. Yeah, I don't understand it either. Particularly this. I mean, he didn't want to blow up and throw himself completely out of the tournament.
Well, it's
but,
because he
like,
blew up on 11, and then he didn't want to blow up on 13.
No, I know, but like if he wants to win the tournament, he needs to make a couple of eagles at some point here, and like that was a spot to do it.
I just thought that, again, unless the lie was so bad, it didn't look like it on TV, but I'm not saying
There are very few lies in the pine straw that are that bad that you can't.
But there
take.
could have been a tree in his way. I don't know.
Maybe,
But I just thought it was a really curious decision for him.
yeah, I agree. I didn't like it.
Siwoo went mini driver in the pines.
Siwoo actually, he's one of my play on guys for tomorrow. Siwoo plus 150 tee to green.
It'll be a super
Gain a
early.
stroke on
Yeah.
approach.
Super
What
early.
part of the day is he early?
Yeah,
Gotta be.
he's early. So here are the 5 guys I have, regardless of time. I know Victor's going out last. I would still
These are
go
your
after.
play-ons?
Yeah, these are my 5 play on guys.
Play on.
Game on for round 2.
Siwoo's out at 10:30.
Siwoo, Goddard, Straka, Ludwig, and if you want to go later, Fitz and Victor. Like Fitz just couldn't putt all day. He sucked for like
Yep.
5 holes, then he got good, then he couldn't putt.
That's
So
true.
those would be, I guess, the 6 guys that I would play on for tomorrow. And then they could play off guys. Michael Kim, unfortunately, was all putter today with him. Morikawa, Wrighton, Gerard, and Cam Smith. Those guys were bad today, and just
What
they
was
were,
Gerard today? I thought
Gerard?
he was okay.
Yeah.
He's even par.
yeah. Do you know how he did it?
Bogeys in a row and his day.
Who do you think led the field in putting today, Jeff? By a stroke over anyone.
Was it Ryan Gerard?
Ryan Gerard.
Okay.
Was Nick Taylor second?
No, Nick Taylor was just good everywhere. Nick Taylor just had a very solid day. Nick Taylor's a
Good for
good
him.
player.
Yeah.
Like Nick Taylor's not in the class of some of these guys. Like Nick Taylor isn't in the Sam Burns class, but dude has 5 PGA Tour wins. Like he's below that. He doesn't have the like high end skill set, but he can have good rounds, like hard courses.
Him and Tommy in the final group for another battle.
Oh no. Bad news for Tommy. Now I think that Tommy needs to just be around. He doesn't need to be the third round. That'd be bad news for Tommy. Tommy needs to be a shot or two off the lead. Just go in with no expectation that, and you know what he usually does? Plays shit on Saturday and well on Sundays. He plays himself out on Saturday and plays himself back in on Sundays.
I
Just
agree.
lurk.
That would be a
And
very
go
popular,
have a Sunday.
that would be a very popular win. That would
70,
be a very popular
71 over the next 2 days. Couple 70s. Let's just get this thing. Yeah.
Also, if you can ladder up Rasmus Højgaard to like 80 or above, do that because dude just didn't have it today.
Ooh.
He shot 6 over and gained 3 strokes putting. That's impossible.
Rasmus was not happy today.
All right. I had a lot of fun on this show.
This was fun. But you know what, folks? We'll see you again tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah,
cut
tomorrow's
sweats.
going to be awesome, I think.
4 p.m. How high are you going to be for the show tomorrow, Jeff?
No. I just tired and something horrible is happening at home.
Do you have to go?
No, I'll just say that, like, okay, I say this not in all seriousness, but something bad is happening at home. My son loves me. My son is obsessed with me. This didn't happen with my daughters. This is like that meme where you're finally important at work, and it's like the worst thing.
Oh, so you need to be by your son because your son freaks out when you're not there.
Yeah, like no one on earth has ever wanted me around. Like oh my God, the girls were like, no, this is it's even got my wife on a little tilt because as much as, she doesn't like being second fiddle either. I don't want to be first fiddle. That's all. Yeah, we'll be rip roaring tomorrow. I'm super excited though. I think we're gonna have an amazing cut sweat.
And maybe we'll have special guests. Who knows?
Who knows?
Paul said he might come over and watch it. It was fun hanging out with Paul
It was
for 4
nice
hours. I haven't
to
seen his brand new big truck.
Yeah, it was nice to chat with Paul again for a while. He was having fun.
All right.
All right, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Now I'm the one who does the shout out. HELIXsleep.com/Mayo 20% off. Hit the description. You can still win a Helix mattress right now by leaving the rating and reviews. Many people are saying this is the best show ever. It's like the Australian party guy. Best party ever. That's what people are saying. People love this show. I had a great time on the
I'll
show.
apologize for my distractions, but I won't take my
I
glasses
lost like
off.
8 pounds laughing at one point. It was great. It was
What did
cry
you
laughing.
even what was the origin of the laughing?
The various jokes people were making in the comments about Gary
Oh.
Player and me.
And then we got to the ad and he just like lost his mind. So we came out of the ad to him just having a meltdown.
I apologize for that.
I people are saying, get digging. One day, 20 feet.
10 is more likely.
20 feet. You take 8 tea breaks, shoveling a little driveway.
Yeah,
You're
whatever.
gonna dig a hole. You're like B Doug, digging big holes.
Doug the Harbor.
Doug the Harbor. There we are. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Download the podcast after this. Smash like, do all that fun stuff. All right. 4 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, live on Mayo Media Network. You don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to be sweating the cut. That you can know for the Masters. All right. See you tomorrow. Are we off air for sure?